Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Hollywoodbodycount.
Ellen Page, now going as Elliot Page, headlined a remake of the science fiction film Flatliners in 2017.
Did not watch this movie. I know about her transitioning and the whole Elliot Page thing because you see a lot of pictures of that person more recently. But this whole transitioning thing, I don't know if it actually really ruined this movie or not.
With Sony hoping she could anchor the sci-fi remake.
Something is happening to us. I think I'm going crazy.
Page fell short on Sony's and sci-fi fans' expectations as the film was a commercial disaster by limping to only $45 million worldwide against a $20 million production and $25 million marketing costs.
Damn, you give it 1 minute and then you bring me back.
Okay, now's the point where you say it's all a joke.
Sony hoped Page's indie credibility from Juno and Inception would draw audience.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting where she is from. She's from Juno, that one movie, and I don't really know her from much else.
But both the audience and critics slammed it. The Variety cheekily called it a flatline in every sense, and Rolling Stone said it sucks the life out of its own concept, as Rotten Tomatoes stamped it with a dreadful 4% score.
I think the one that drives her is a profound guilt and pain.
Page's lukewarm performance was a central complaint as the high-stakes thriller film didn't align with her flat, detached energy. Fans panned the film.
So they pretty much casted the wrong type of actress for the role, which is pretty much Hollywood now.
As dead on arrival, as Flatliners trailers heavily featuring Page drew minimal buzz with fewer than 10 million views across all platforms compared to 40+ million views of 2017's sci-fi releases.
Was there anything disturbing?
The studio misread the audience's appetite by casting Ellen Page. Hari Nef starred in 2018's Assassination Nation.
I don't even know who these people are now. I think we're getting to the point where, what?
Which was marketed as a satirical thriller for the digital age.
Oh my god, I love this song. What song?
Neff, a transgender model turned actor, was positioned as a breakout star in what seemed on paper as a promising project with solid reviews and a 74% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yet the film collapsed when it hit theaters as it earned only $3 million worldwide against the $7 million production budget.
I think it was some socially conscious vigilante hacker guy.
I don't get why we're trying to squeeze trans and so marginalized people into movies. There's so few of them. Why does the representation even matter? Again, I'm Asian. I don't even care about Asian representation in TV that much. Why are people caring about trans people being on movies?
Went wrong? While critics praised its ambition, fans found it too chaotic and heavy-handed with its ideological messaging. As Variety noted, it preaches louder than it entertains with its risky casting, which was pushed as a progressive ensemble.
That's exactly what a lot of these movies do seem to feel. They're just preaching at us than actually entertaining us.
That audiences didn't connect with.
Thanks for not murdering me, I guess.
You're welcome.
Neff ticked off the transgender box, as Reddit threads complained the movie felt more like a lecture than a thriller, with its marketing centered around its diverse woke cast, which couldn't attract mainstream interest.
Who was it?
Lily Colson.
Why would he say that? That's not true.
The flop showed that identity-driven casting doesn't attract broad appeal, as Assassination Nation vanished quickly with Neff's film career that never gained any traction later. Zoe Luna, a transgender actor and activist, was cast by Blumhouse as part of the new coven in their 2020's The Craft revival, carrying with it the weight of a beloved 90s cult classic.
The number one rule of The Craft: if a person is a danger to herself or others,
Craft Legacy couldn't have crashed harder at the box office, as it only grossed $2.3 million against an $18 million budget.
Whoa, this one lost a lot of money.
The sequel's Rotten Tomatoes score sat at a mediocre 48%, as critics called it bland and a spell with no magic.
light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Luna's role was heavily promoted in pre-release press as a milestone for trans representation in witchcraft.
Again, that's exactly what they seem to do. They want to be the first time a trans person this, a first time a trans person that, first time gay this, first time black Asian woman with red hair did this. Who cares? Just entertain us with some good stories.
Cinema, but audiences weren't convinced as fans of the 90s original slammed the sequel on Twitter for being a checklist of progressive talking points instead of a story.
We are the weirdos, mister.
Horror fans on Reddit complained that none of the new witches had charisma, with Luna specifically called out as wooden in pivotal scenes.
It all got out of hand, and I'm sorry. No more games, okay?
Instead of reigniting the franchise, the Craft legacy exposed how forced messaging and weak casting could alienate both new viewers and nostalgic fans as Luna failed to launch a breakout career. India Moore was among the new faces in the sequel
Yeah, a lot of these people have no clue
of Sony's
who the hell they are.
2019 surprise horror hit, Escape Room.
Zoe, what are you doing? You just stay in there, okay? There's not enough room for all of us. Come on, let's try. We're missing.
Moore, a transgender model and actor, was promoted in press materials as the fresh and diverse addition to the ensemble. On paper, the 2021 sequel, Escape Room: Tournament of Champions, looked like a safe bet as the first escape room had grossed $155 million worldwide. But the sequel fell miles short by making only a third of the original's haul at $51 million. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a flimsy 52%, as critics dismissed it as uninspired and a puzzle not worth solving. Moore's character, Brianna, aimed to add an edge. Instead, reviews barely mention his performance by describing the new cast as forgettable.
Yeah, instead of just hiring good actors or people that might be good for the role, they hire just people to check off lists. Like people that never act before ever are now getting thrown into pretty big movies.
Fans explained their sentiments on horror forums by saying the newcomers were filler. India's character had zero impact. Audiences felt the franchise lost its spark as its story and marketing focused on inclusivity rather than competence.
Okay.
Yeah.
This serves as an entry voucher.
The result? Tournament of Champions underperformed, and Moore's Hollywood trajectory stalled as identity-driven casting failed again. Quintessa Swindell, a non-binary, self-identifying trans actress, was cast as Cyclone in 2022's DC's Black Adam.
Oh yes, okay. I have seen this.
Which was hyped as a new cornerstone of the DC universe, fronted by Dwayne
Oh, they gave her own thing on. Oh, okay.
Johnson. The film carried a massive $260 million production budget with $100+ million in marketing, which meant it needed around $600 million just to break even.
Jeez.
Instead, it grossed only $393 million worldwide.
What, like 200 million in debt? God dang. See, I didn't even know that person was a trans, non-binary person. I did watch Black Adam. Didn't know anything about that.
Rotten Tomatoes sealed Black Adam's fate with a mere 39% score, as critics called it a loud, empty spectacle. Swindle Cyclone was promoted in interviews as a groundbreaking representation, but the actress barely registered on screen, as critics noted she had little to do besides spin CGI wind.
That
Pretty
helmet
much.
is from another planet. It chooses who it lets touch it. Zest when he puts it on.
Her introduction scene with slow-motion leaves floating around her was mocked by fans on Twitter as laughably pointless. The failure to focus on the storyline and superior character arcs didn't just sink Black Adam, it effectively halted DC's entire spin-off plan.
Cyclone has become such an important person and an important character in my life.
DC's overemphasis on meeting woke quotas by ticking off LGBTQ transgender box with Quintessa Swindell diverted its attention in creating a superhero extravaganza. Ezra Miller.
It's just so sad because DC is pretty good. Like DC Universe, the animated universe, awesome. From Flashpoint to the newest one, Doomsday, to how all of the DC animated universe is connected through all the movies. They did it wonderfully. Live action, yeah, I don't know what the fuck they did with that. They screwed that one up pretty bad.
Known for his role in Perks of Being a Wallflower and being non-binary, was given his first true blockbuster lead role in 2023's The Flash, which aimed to reset the struggling DC universe.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me.
The stakes were massive, with the film's monumental $200 million production budget, plus above $100 million in marketing costs.
It's a huge honor and a big delight, and it's extremely exciting. It's really.
I remember during this movie there was a big controversy with him and, you know, with assault or SA or whatever, but he still got to stay in the movie because he happens to be non-binary.
It's a beautiful moment for me. It's really wonderful to see everybody. And
film needed $700 million to break even, but delivered only $268 million, making it one of the biggest bombs of the decade. Rotten Tomatoes scored The Flash an ordinary 63%, as even Michael Keaton's admirable Batman Return couldn't help.
I didn't hate on the movie. I thought it was decent. I liked the storyline. I like Michael Keaton back as Batman.
Help Miller's awkward and emotionally flat dual performance.
Now if you get this Superman, then you're on your own.
The Los Angeles Times noted the film buckles under its own lead, but online fans went harder by pushing trending memes, mocking Miller's CGI double, and Reddit threads called the acting painfully distracting.
Can we please just take a minute? Sorry, dude. Yeah, but bro, of course.
The Flash was a debacle for Warner Brothers, since it not only lost hundreds of millions of dollars, but also shut down the future of a major character. Miller could have reached superhero stardom, but his lackluster performance imploded his career. Laverne Cox starred in
That was probably one of the only ones I knew.
Charlie's Angels 2019
Oh, this one I knew. I knew her from the Orange is the New Black, right?
reboot, aimed at a new generation by pushing a message-heavy angle on feminism and inclusivity.
So excited to be here. I have a little cameo in the movie. Like, if you blink, you'll miss me, so don't blink.
Cox, one of the most visible transgender actors in Hollywood, was heavily utilized in the promotional press as part of the Modern Angels universe. The $48 million production budget relied heavily on feminist star power, with Kristen Stewart and Naomi Scott, but the movie sputtered out by grossing only $73 million worldwide.
So I can just take whatever I want? Borrow.
Is that an actual rule?
Yeah, it is interesting. Can we just make movies made for actors? Like, I feel like John Wick, like the storyline of John Wick was kind of made for Keanu Reeves, just because he fills that role so well. Like, that's what we need. We need actors and movies and roles to be so seamless like John Wick. Because I can't think of much better movies more recently, because I really like John Wick and just the universe building itself. I thought that was very wonderful, other than, you know, when they try to spin off and do other things, but...
Rotten Tomatoes' 52% score reflected critics' resentment of the hollow empowerment exercise. As The Guardian wrote, it felt like a corporate checklist of girl power slogans, and IndieWire said it confuses representation with storytelling.
Towns and agencies. We exist because traditional law enforcement can't keep up.
Cox's transgender presence was marketed as a trope and emphasized in interviews, but amounted to little on screen, leaving audiences asking why the marketing leaned so heavily on his presence.
You're adorable.
It kind of reminds me of the Joker in the Batman movie, where it's like, oh, the Joker, what's his name? Jared Leto, Joker. And we saw him as a Joker for what? 30 seconds?
Is that you flirting with a handsome nerd?
Fans of the original 2000 films dismissed the reboot as preachy and lifeless, as online chatter mocked it as a studio trying to engineer wokeness by crusading for inclusivity instead of entertainment. Jamie Clayton was a transgender actor best known for his roles in Sense8, was cast in Universal's 2017 The Snowman.
I'm thinking that...
just a trend that I've noticed, it's mostly men transitioning into women that are within the purview of things. We only have one woman that transitions to a man, which is Elliot Page. Just pointing that out there.
That he's going after women that he disapproves of.
Which was pitched as the next great Nordic noir thriller, as it was adapted from Jo Nesbø's best-selling novel with the same name and starred Michael Fassbender. The film had a $35 million budget and managed a modest $43 million worldwide, but what killed it was the brutal reception, as Rotten Tomatoes gave it a shameful 7%, with The Atlantic calling it a jumbled mess and The Telegraph branding it unintentionally hilarious.
We studied your cases at the academy.
They date back that far.
Clayton's role was small, but heavily emphasized in pre-release interviews as the studio was hell-bent on the progressive casting angle. The final product was incoherent as entire plotlines were missed due to a rush shoot, with Clayton's scenes seeming shoehorned.
There's another missing woman.
Audiences mocked the movie's woke priorities online, with one viral tweet reading, "I haven't seen a thriller this confusing since The Room."
I am a woman. I am proud. Growing up, I watched a lot of television. I went to the movies.
Instead of becoming a Scandinavian breakout, the Snowman's priority to satisfy its inclusivity directives resulted in the film becoming a punchline. Time's up. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, again, just the idea of so many trans people in movies with big roles, it doesn't make sense. There's just not that many trans people in the world. How are they so stacked in Hollywood and so stacked in movies? It just, again, doesn't make sense. There's way more Asian people than there are trans people, but yet we don't have that many Asian movies, but we're really pushing for trans stuff. I don't care about the Asian stuff. I just brought it up as an example because I thought it was funny. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.